morning and welcome to Smell the Coffee, a show dedicated to bringing you the freshest news, interesting conversations as well as interesting news. We hope that your coffee is already freshly brewed and we hope that you just stay back, sit back, relax and let us entertain you. Sorry. My name is Queen Pete.
What is going on?
There's a lot going on. My name is Queen Pete and joined with me in this pool of confusion is Aina Riza Quayo. Good morning.
Not in the pool of confusion. I am well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's giving vibes.
It's giving vibes. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
and the birds are singing.
We've received some rain as well, you know.
Everyone is in a good mood.
No, Anna, you know, we spoke earlier, you know, previously on the show on like, you know, cultivating reading culture. Now, you know, interesting question. What if your life had a book, you know, what would the title be?
Ooh, what would the title be of my book?
Your life story, just reflecting, quickly reflecting back on your life.
On the go?
On the go?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm always on the move.
You never stay long in one place.
I'm what is this called? I persevere a lot. So
or maybe the art of resilience. Maybe something like that.
But I don't like the word resilience. Resilience implies suffering. You need to, you know, it's not the meaning, but for me it just implies suffering. Now you must suffer and then you must get up and you must continue. It's just, I don't know, I don't vibe with that word, but I think my book would be on the go because I'm always, you know, doing something. I'm always moving. Yeah, whether it be in my career, be it in my personal life, in my relationships, friendships, I am always on the go.
Now, you know who else is also on the go? NTV. Now, NTV is turning on the 8th of February 2023. And to celebrate this, we are giving away a DSTV Explorer, a DSTV Dish Kit, GoTV decoders, as well as a $3,000 Namibian shopping voucher from the Fushini Group. All you have to do is scan the QR code in the printed ad in the Republican, Algemene Zeitung, and the Namibian Sun, and also answer the question that is provided. Now, competition closes on the 6th of February. Before that, we want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, GoTV Namibia, DSTV Namibia, and the Fushini Group.
Oh, you didn't tell us about your book. What will your book be titled?
My book would be titled The Story of Grace. You know, the story of grace and favor.
The girl is highly favored.
One thing about the girl, you know, just resting in his grace and his favor.
Marinating in that grace.
Yeah, you know, keyword. Marinating in that grace of Yahweh. No, absolutely amazing.
All right, we will be back shortly. Please do engage us in our social media comments. Let us know what your book would be titled if you had a book. We'll be right back.
Now, in our first news story, singer-songwriter Doja Cat was one of the biggest highlights of the show. Parley's Dante's Inferno inspired couture show at the ongoing Paris Fashion Week. The American rapper wore a red ensemble from the Heritage Couture house and covered her body from head to toe in red body paint and shimmering crystals. These crystals were apparently worth 37K.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my days. Okay.
I don't like this outfit. But I understand it works I understand it works for the theme and for the type of event she went to. So kudos to her for doing a phenomenal job and also for shutting down the red carpet. I saw all the, blogs where sharing her images. They were like, oh no, Doja Cat was the best dressed. She was definitely on theme and so forth and so on. So yeah, kudos to her.
But red body paint all over my body, yo. No, but like you said,
That's what you need to do when you are invited to an event.
Stick
with
to the theme.
Stick to the theme.
Very
Show
important.
up and don't disappoint
Other people
the people.
might not understand, but the theme is the theme.
Yes, you need to honor your invite.
Exactly.
Yes.
Very important.
Now we move over to our next story. It's Guns and Roses. At least 8 Arsenal fans have been arrested in Uganda after celebrating the club's win against Manchester United in the English Premier League. Police said they did not have permission to hold processions, which is a public order offense. Wow, I didn't know that marching and was a public offense in Uganda.
I read,
but is it really a serious crime? People are just celebrating.
We are just celebrating.
People are just happy.
Last night, let me quickly tell you some banter. Last night, I was on my way to a Ghana service station, right? And then there was this a cab driver, and he drove while I was walking. And then I went to his window, and I was just like, oh, no, it's because you are wearing that T-shirt. And what was he wearing? A Man United T-shirt. And then I looked down on his phone, and he was watching the score, and I told him, like, you see what happened? And then he was like, no, it was supposed to go in our game. Just like, surely it did not seem like that. But also, that is a hill that I'm willing to die on.
So you would also be arrested for Arsenal?
That is a hill that I'm willing to die on.
What is this love for soccer that you guys have?
I don't think you all will understand.
I think those police officers also who arrested the Arsenal...
Maybe a Man United fan.
Might be Man United.
No, obviously. That is just coming from a very bitter and a very sad place.
No, but if the law says no, no processions, then abide with the law. You know the law of your country. Ugandan citizens abide with the law.
But if there's one thing about Ugandans, they are very supportive in football. They are very supportive. I read about it, and it's very supportive. Also, the police boss is an Arsenal fan. So he also so guys.
How do you know this?
Me, I read.
You research.
I research.
You know everyone who's an Arsenal fan.
It's a community. It's a community of Ghanaians. Now moving on. So a rather more sadly story, man beaten over Tombo. In our third story, 37 years old man who was arrested for attempted murder will now be charged for murder after the victim passed on Monday, 23rd January 2023 at Medipark, Ongendiva, in the Oshana region. It is alleged that on the 9th of January 2023 at about 21:39, Martin Abot, a 37-year-old Namibian man, was assaulted at Ondema village on Kongo constituency in the Omasati region. It was alleged that the suspect beat the deceased with a dry stick on his head, which resulted in the victim sustaining serious injuries and open wound.
Oh, what a sad story
indeed.
It's
quite sad. It's quite disconsolate.
Yeah.
But it's just, how people are losing their lives to the most insignificant things. We read about people losing their lives to like a $5 Namibian or someone being killed because you interrupt someone's phone call or because of a cigarette. These insignificant things, you're just taking a life. Does that life now equate to the value of $5 Namibian? There's no, what you always say, we are each other's keepers. And we don't see that. We don't see humanity. We see humans, but we don't see humanity.
Yeah. I think this is just shocking for me. And I don't have words. I'm really just...
You are rendered speechless.
Yes.
And sometimes it's okay if you don't have any words because you just, the acts, these acts of violence, the extremes that people would go to prove a point or whatever. It's just sad. But we need to pray for these people. We need to pray that they are emancipated from whatever it is that is going on, because this is bad in our nation.
Clearly, there is a dark cloud hovering around.
Clearly, the dark forces are at work.
Yeah. So maybe we should hold like an all-night prayer, a national prayer day or something of that sort.
One thing about me, Aina, that you need to know is that I'm going to hold you accountable for these things that we are agreeing here. So we will hold a praise and worship overnight session. Thank you very much.
Now moving over to our next story, in some exciting news. A Chinese scholarship program for Namibian students for the year 2023-2024 has opened. According to the Namibia Student Financial Assistance Fund, scholarship applications are closing on the 26th of January. The deadline for submitting hard copy application with supporting documents or online application is on the 26th of January at the NSFAF's head office, the website said. Those who wish to apply can visit the fund's website. Scholarship beneficiary Sarah Shipanga says studying abroad gives one the opportunity to understand people from different cultural backgrounds. Shipanga, who is currently working as a procurement officer at the Ministry of Mines and Energy, says she studied civil engineering at Nantong University in China. Would you like to study abroad?
Yeah, that is something that I would like to do. I think I was saying that I would like to do my master's abroad. So yeah, I'm looking at it.
Do you want to study communications?
No, I'm doing my honors in public governance.
Oh, okay.
So I think I want to go into that route. Yeah, but I would definitely love to study.
That's your opportunity.
Might just be, because I mean, you know, what do I have to lose?
And I was one of the beneficiaries of NSFAF. I did my honors in media studies at UNAM, and during that time, I was funded by NSFAF. And what a convenient way to go through your studying life, because everything is sorted basically. All you have to do, and for me, I was even in the hostel, so my hostel fees were covered, and it's just such a good opportunity. It takes off so much stress from yourself and your parents. So if you're out there and you want to study further, please make use rather of this opportunity and, empower yourself.
Exactly. I haven't been a NSFAF beneficiary, I completed my degree without being a NSFAF beneficiary, but I think this is my time to shine.
Yes.
I think this is my time to also, from that refunds and whatnot, the 17,000. Yeah, but I think I would like to apply.
Speaking of refund, let me just advise maybe our young, NSFAF beneficiaries who are watching. If you receive NSFAF refund, instead of buying Brazilians and iPhones and going to the clubs, popping bottles, please invest in driving school. Go to driving school, get your license, because once you graduate from whatever institution you are at, employers are now asking for a driver's license. That is a qualification that you need to be employable. Please take it from me, somebody who regrets not using that money for that purpose. Take it from me and empower yourself in that way.
During the break, we will definitely talk about what you invested your money into, because I'm quite interested to know.
All right, we'll be right back after the short commercial break. Stay with us.
Ohole So Nice is an entertainment show brought to you by the youth for the youth, aimed at having more young people showcase their individual identities. Making a good impression does not come easy. The nerves and the natural way youth interact when it comes to dating, well, this has changed over the years. This is a dating show that allows individuals to participate and be their own true selves. Ohole So Nice focuses on blind date, talk about that, news, flex your style, and more. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com, and on the MyZone Facebook platform. To share your experience or make your product or service part of Ohole So Nice, contact Zone at synergy.com.na. Ohole So Nice, because sabawelling isn't enough.
Thank you very much for watching our show this morning. Now we take a short trip to an exciting interview with Yolanda Nell. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I have a full studio in today with Professor Michael Bacchus and Lot Frans from UNAM, and online we have Dr. Mark Kleinwald from the AMT project. and today we will be talking about astronomy, the Africa Millimeter Telescope, as well as the Mobile Planetarium. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So we are just going to jump right in. Dr. Volt, can you quickly tell us what the AMT is all about?
Yeah, sure. Good morning. The AMT is a project that aims to put a telescope in Namibia near the Gamsberg Mountain, a telescope that is the size of, let's say, 15 meter size dish that is sensitive for radio waves coming from the universe at wavelengths of millimeters. And this telescope is we aim to connect to up to 8 or more telescopes around the globe to make images of black holes. So this is the essential thing that we want to do in Namibia.
Professor Bakkes, why was Namibia specifically chosen as the best destination?
Well, for the Event Horizon Telescope, you know that distributed telescopes around the globe are needed to build up a virtual telescope as large as the Earth. And there's a big gap in this network, and this is right over Africa, and particularly in the southern African region. And Namibia is blessed with very good conditions for doing astronomy from here, and this is how it came up.
Mr. Frans, as a Namibian, how does it feel to be part of this international team?
I'm definitely excited to be part of this major international project. It offers me the platform to advance my studies, offers me the platform to gain new skills, new knowledge, and definitely build on my development as a young astronomer.
And you are also busy with your PhD currently. How does it feel for you knowing that this project is actually taking place in Namibia?
It's just a dream come true. I mean, if you are a young scientist, this is what you envision yourself to be in this position. So yes, I'm very excited to do my studies in this field.
Professor Bakkes, the team applied for funding and you were awarded 14 million euros. What will the funds be used for?
Well, first of all, let me very briefly explain the whole situation. So the funds were applied for by 3 main groups, Professor Heino Falke at Radboud University, Professor Sarah Markov at the University of Amsterdam, and Professor Rob Fender from Oxford University. And together with those main applicants, there were a colleague, Eleanor Limfors from the University of Turku, and me here from the University of Namibia. And this whole group altogether was awarded this 14 million euro. For Namibia, that means there is something like 3 million euro that will be direct investment to the AMT project, as well as half of a senior scientist position, 2 PhD positions, as well as 4 master's positions here at the University of Namibia. And the whole project is, well, not just about the AMT, but it's centered around the Africa Millimeter Telescope, as it tries to understand black holes from the very smallest ones to the very largest ones at the very different scales.
Thank you. Dr. Volt, when are you planning to start setting up the AMT, and will the funding help fast-track this project?
The funding definitely helps fast-track this project. Essentially, we are now starting this, right? Because we have been trying to gather all the money to build this telescope in Namibia, and that is not an easy task to do. But with the money, as my colleague just explained, that goes to a lot of the science that we will do with this telescope, but also as an investment into the telescope itself, we are now ready to go. That's basically the situation we are now at. Now, if you ask me when we start building, I would say yesterday, but that's impossible. So we are now making sure that the project has all the right people in place, all the right contracts in place and agreements. And we are also one important thing that we're doing right now is selecting the actual site where we put the telescope. And that study is still ongoing, and we're hoping to have an outcome of that in, let's say, a couple of months from now. And then we need to finalize our complete design, and that will probably happen towards this year. And then actual construction would start after that. So that will be as early as next year, if all goes well.
Yes, if all goes well.
Yes.
Mr. Frans, can you tell us how are Namibians benefiting from this project set up in the country?
As Prof. Michael Bacchus just mentioned, there will be direct investment and there will be scholarships that he just mentioned a few minutes back. So, and I'm also in a scholarship, and it's also funded by the AMT project. That means I'm also benefiting. The other thing is that there will be a world-class facility being built, the observatory itself, and this will have Namibians working on it. So we'll have technicians, computer scientists, engineers working on that project, meaning that they will gain more skills, and these skills is basically applicable to the wider market of, wider job market of Namibia.
And it is wonderful to know that there are people working together with Namibians to make sure that this field, children are getting exposed to it. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck with the project, and I will be following you and making sure the news gets to the media.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I'm grateful, ma'am. So can you please tell us your name and what you'll be making for us?
My name is freshest. I'm going to make this is a salt. Salt, butter, tomatoes, 2 eggs, flowers, 2 breads, stones, and
Okay, so what will you be making?
first I'm going to fry the eggs, 2 eggs, scrambled eggs, and then I'm going to fry the eggs, the meat, bacon. This is already toasted.
Alright. So what is your favorite breakfast?
My favorite is eggs. My breakfast is eggs with bread.
Eggs with bread.
Restaurant.
You don't want to become lazy. Oh, you don't want to be a lazy wife.
Yeah. Wine.
Cook for your husband.
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Because I want to cook every time.
They say food is the path to a man's heart. See? I have to tell you, that food was delicious.
It was giving.
It was giving.
Mouth
10 out
watering.
of 10 would recommend. Next time, I'm definitely taking you along.
Please take me with.
Yeah, no.
Love,
Where
you know,
there's food, I will take you. You know the vibes. Now, with that, we have come to the end of another successful episode of, you know, the people's favorite morning show, Smell the Coffee. We will be right back tomorrow, same time, same place. Please do not start your morning without us. From all of us in studio, it's all our love, all our light. It is adios.